Ankit, Ajay Rai has been calling all of them, from Narendra Modi to Arvind Kejriwal, as Siberian birds, saying that they have been para-dropped into Varanasi and I am the son of the soil, and using that image. Is that going to work? Does that have any... Okay, we just heard Ajay Rai trying to sound extremely, almost antagonistic, as he has during this campaign as well. He calls these outsiders, as he wants to call them, Narendra Modi and Arvind Kejriwal, saying that they have no traction in Varanasi, that they're like Siberian birds. Is son of the soil image really going to work?
Well, that's the plank that Ajay Rai has been fighting on. He has only been saying that he's the son of the soil and everybody else is the insider, and only a person who knows Varanasi well should be voted in. That's the entire campaign that Ajay Rai's campaign was focused on. But very clearly it seems that barring the last day when Rahul Gandhi had to come here for that massive roadshow, Congress, entire campaign of the Congress had been very lackluster. The fight here clearly as of now, and even during the campaign, was between Narendra Modi and Arvind Kejriwal. In fact, I am standing right outside booth number 73, 74 and 75. This is already since morning there is a brisk pace of voting that has been picked up. People coming here in large numbers. Last time in the elections in 2009, Varanasi had voted about 43.1%, and this time people are hoping that it would be much more than that. This is the very booth where Murli Manohar Joshi, the former MP of Banaras, also exercised his franchise. We are expecting him to come here at around 9 a.m. and as you can see already behind me, a lot of people coming here to vote, and today would, of course, as we've been calling it, this is a battle of prestige. I've just been told by a few sources in the Aam Aadmi Party that Arvind Kejriwal is out on the streets. He's going to various booths. Where I'm standing right now is the heart of the BJP. This is one of the strong areas for the Bharatiya Janata Party. They would be hoping that all these large queues that you see behind me, all of these people are tilting towards them, and Narendra Modi will get a huge victory. As far as the Aam Aadmi Party is concerned, they are hoping that the campaign that they have been able to do, the formidable campaign that Arvind Kejriwal has been able to put up here in Varanasi, along with the combination of the minority vote, the Samajwadi Party vote and the BSP, he would be able to put up a good fight as far as this entire election is concerned.
And Varanasi, I'm assuming, this is just a personal hunch, is going to perhaps see the biggest voter turnout, because from the sense that we are getting on the ground with all the reports that you've been doing, Ankit, is that people this time believe that they are choosing the Prime Minister, not just any other member of Parliament. 42 candidates are in the fray in Varanasi. But the key battle, like Ankit has been talking about, is between the BJP's Narendra Modi and Arvind Kejriwal of the Aam Aadmi Party. Also Ajay Rai from the Congress Party, even though he's a latecomer into this contest. Here's a look at the strengths and weaknesses of the three main contenders for the biggest political fight in this election.
Now, while the BJP insists their fight is to widen the margin of victory in Varanasi, let's break down why Modi cannot take his rivals for granted in the holy city by comparing their strengths and weaknesses. Let's begin with Narendra Modi, of course. Apart from the fact that he enjoys support among the BJP cadre like no other current crop of BJP leaders, he brings the promise of possibly electing the next Prime Minister from the holy city. His mission has been really to sell the Gujarat's development story to Varanasi. Remember, the BJP had drawn up a separate development model plan for Varanasi, and that's really the message that they've tried to send out to the people. But there is a flip side, of course. There is the fact that Modi is not acceptable to all minorities as his political rivals Arvind Kejriwal and Ajay Rai of the Congress Party, and that really is a fact that's not unique to Varanasi alone. Also, he has not campaigned extensively in the city of Varanasi. He went there to file his nomination, and of course that massive dharna by BJP leaders, but locals rely mostly on what media reports and what really the BJP cadre are telling them, but they are not familiar with Narendra Modi as a political leader. Now on to Arvind Kejriwal. As soon as Modi made his big announcement, Headlines today was the first to report that Aam Aadmi cadre has already been mobilized. They are being told to go to Varanasi to really set the groundwork for Arvind Kejriwal to formalize his announcement. Now he may have been missing as far as the headlines is concerned when it comes to Varanasi, but Arvind Kejriwal is only repeating the Delhi strategy of door-to-door campaigning, and they'll be doing that quite successfully is what the word from ground is. He has been campaigning also in rural rural areas. That has been a major focus of the Aam Aadmi Party campaign, and that's one of the reasons that many would say he's been missing from all the action. But some really solid groundwork has gone as far as the Aam Aadmi Party campaign is concerned in the city of Varanasi. Also the promise of clean and honest politics. But what could go against Narendra Modi is the late Modi surge. The dharna that was held by the BJP top brass was enough to rattle any well-heeled politician. Also the fact that he resigned as the Chief Minister of Delhi, something his party leaders have openly admitted has affected their popularity, something that he was attacked on even when he landed in Varanasi for the very first time. Now on to the Congress's Ajay Rai. He's a local MLA. He gave Murli Manohar Joshi a tough contest in the last election, and the fact that Rahul Gandhi himself campaigned for him with a massive roadshow is a very crucial point. But the Modi surge and the fact that Aam Aadmi Party has made inroads into the very crucial Muslim vote is a cause of concern for the Congress party candidate.
And Preeti Chaudhary is joining us from Varanasi. Preeti, we just heard Ajay Rai, who must be coming to where you are since you are at the polling booth where he has his vote. He said that Varanasi is simply not going to look at these outsiders, as he calls Narendra Modi and Arvind Kejriwal. At the same time, Narendra Modi has tweeted this morning saying that a maximum number of people should come out and vote. In Varanasi, where you are, you were telling us since even before the polling booths opened, people have been standing in, in queues, trying to be the first ones to cast their vote. Varanasi is going to vote very differently this time, don't you think?
Well, you don't know, Maruk. The chips will only fall come May 16th when that last vote is counted. But, to give our viewers perspective, Varanasi voted 59%. That was the polling percentage in 2009. Now that is huge. Now if they can outdo that, that's amazing. And by the looks of it, it does seem that that is possible. 17 lakh voters, Maruk, in Varanasi. Dominant, of course, it's called, like we were talking to one BJP cadre here, and he was saying ye BJP ka gad hai. So of course we'll know what happens exactly on May 16th. But I'll ask Prem to actually show you what's going on in this particular polling booth. Ajay Rai, as you just pointed out, lives right behind this polling booth, will be expected here in just the next 10-15 minutes. If Prem can show you the row of these people who are sitting, well, they belong to various parties. They're all booth managers trying to motivate voters who they think are going to cast their franchise for a particular party. So all of them sitting with their voters list in hand. Each one of them have ये voters list है जो आपके पार्टी का है, हाँ? ये सारे voters list है. तो आप polling agent हैं. तो लगता है कि इस बार जो पहला 59% वोटिंग था 2009 में, उससे ज्यादा होगी?
जी हाँ, उससे ज्यादा होगी.
उससे
ज्यादा लग रहा है और अच्छी तरह हो रहा है. हाँ, इसमें कोई शक नहीं है.
There you have it. People are excited here. I'd also like to cut across, maybe talk to a few more people at this point of time. We have, all right, we're going to try and talk to them in a while, but like I said, Maruk, of massive media stakeout, people extremely interested in knowing what the voters of Varanasi have to say. But the row of people continue with their voting IDs. क्या लगता है इस बार वोटिंग परसेंटेज लास्ट टाइम 59% थी बनारस में, इस बार ज्यादा होगी?
हाँ, इस समय ज्यादा होगा, कम से कम 89% यहाँ होगा.
89% लगता है. दिस पोलिंग बूथ 89%. माता जी सुबह सुबह वोट देने आई हैं, हाँ, क्या लगता है इस बार बनारस खूब जम के वोट करेगा?
देखो क्या होता है, ऐसा कभी नहीं हुआ पहले.
ऐसा कभी नहीं हुआ पहले? कैसा कभी नहीं हुआ?
इतनी भीड़ जो रेलिंग निकल रही है,
इतना कभी नहीं देखा आपने. There you have it. This old lady here saying that she's never seen this kind of crowds at polling stations. But this is what it is. This is the narrative of Varanasi, Maruk. We've been covering this election over the last 1 month through Amethi, through Varanasi here, and the crowds just keep building up. What we'd seen yesterday was this uneasy calm when everybody had left. It was stunning silence in a city which till 6 p.m. Day before yesterday was on steroids, and of course today people coming out in maximum numbers. One main reason could also be, Maruk, that it's really hot. Yesterday we saw temperatures soar to 48 degrees Celsius, so maybe people are coming out in larger numbers early in the morning, but we'll only know, of course, through the course of the day on what the polling percentage is. Back to you.
All right, Preeti Chaudhary, they're reporting from the polling booth where Ajay Rai, the Congress candidate, should be coming in any time now to cast his vote and cast from casting vote to caste, which will play a very crucial role in deciding which way Varanasi votes. Remember, the last two phases of this particular election have seen that the entire debate has once again, unfortunately, come down to the caste factor. A look at the caste breakup in Varanasi.
As we look at battle for Varanasi, let's also look at how caste equations may play out in this all-important electoral battle. Well, 20% of the electorate in Varanasi are Brahmins, Bhumiyars or Kshatriyas, which basically means upper caste vote. That constitutes 20%. Now let's look at Muslim vote, the all-important Muslim vote that the Aam Aadmi Party is wooing along with the Congress Party. They stand at 18%, a substantial chunk that the Aam Aadmi Party seem to have made some inroads in. Now let's look at the Dalit population. 17% of the population in Varanasi is Dalit. Remember, Mayawati has put up a candidate from the BSP in Varanasi. She had campaigned here, held a roadshow and a massive rally here. Apart from that, 10% voters are Yadavs, forming a significant chunk there, and 35% others.
And let's go back to Preeti, because I believe Ajay Rai, Congress candidate, has arrived at the polling booth.
बनारस के लोग वोटर भी नहीं है और जो मैंने
Preeti, go
All right,
ahead.
Maruk, we have Ajay Rai with us. If you can see me right here, Maruk, Ajay
Yes,
Rai
we
just
can. Go
walked in
ahead.
right now to cast his franchise. We're going to go and get a word from him at this point in time.
कि जो बनारस की जनता का उसको जब साथी नहीं है, उसके पास वोट डालने का अधिकार नहीं है, तो वो बनारस की जनता की सेवा क्या करेगा?
अजय जी, एक सवाल ये, कांग्रेस ये कह रही है कि अल्पसंख्यक जो वोट है वो अरविंद केजरीवाल के नाते बढ़ सकता है, इस पर क्या कहेंगे आप?
नहीं, पूरी तरीके से कांग्रेस के साथ अल्पसंख्यक खड़ा है, एक वोट कांग्रेस को देने जा रहा है।
जीत की संभावना कितनी लगती है?
100%। अभी वो राहुल गांधी की रोड शो ने दिखा दिया कि बनारस की जनता किसके साथ खड़ी है, और वो एक लोग स्थानीय थे, एक लोग बनारस के।
थोड़ा लेट नहीं हुआ अजय राय जी?
नहीं, वो एकदम सही समय पर कारपेट बॉम्बिंग है वो।
क्या लगता है आपका पूरा कैंपेन अजय राय जी आउटसाइडर पे बिल्ड हुआ है? पूरा कैंपेन जो आपका है आउटसाइडर पे बिल्ड हुआ है। नरेंद्र मोदी आउटसाइडर है, आप यहीं के हैं, तो क्या लगता है इस बार आपके साथ है जनता?
निश्चित तौर पे जनता का पूरा झुकाव बनारस की जनता ने बाहर के लोगों को देख लिया। बाहर के लोग इसके पहले सांसद थे, क्या किया बनारस के साथ? बड़ा नाम आया था कि बहुत बड़ा नाम आ रहा है, बनारस का विकास होगा, पर वो बनारस में उपस्थित तक नहीं हुए, बनारस में किसी के साथ खड़े तक नहीं हुए। तो बनारस अपने परिवार को चुनेगा, और जो व्यक्ति बनारस में वोट नहीं दे सकता वो बनारस की जनता का क्या भला कर पाए?
सब अजय राय जी सब ये कह रहे हैं कि जो वोट है वो स्प्लिट है, स्पेशली माइनॉरिटी वोट इस बार।
नहीं, ऐसा नहीं है। जो लोग कह रहे हैं वो भ्रम की बात कर रहे हैं। एक तरफा माइनॉरिटी में आप जाके देख लीजिए, एक तरफा पोलिंग कांग्रेस को हो रही है।
लास्ट क्वेश्चन अजय जी, कह रहे हैं कि जो कॉन्टेस्ट एक्चुअली नरेंद्र मोदी और अरविंद केजरीवाल के बीच में है, आप तो बहुत लेट आए इस फाइट में।
नहीं, मैं तो बनारस का हूँ, मैं तो पुत्र हूँ यहाँ का, गंगा पुत्र हूँ, धरती पुत्र हूँ, तो मेरी तो पैदाइश यहीं पे, मेरी कर्म भूमि यहीं पर है। बाहर के लोग आ रहे हैं, वो आयातित हैं, वो पर्यटक के तौर पे आ रहे हैं, उनके पास कोई दम नहीं है लड़ने का। मैं तो घर के लोग हमारे खड़े हैं, हमारे परिवार के लोग खड़े हैं, भाई हमारे हैं, हमारा परिवार खड़ा है, एक लोग, ये हमारा आज से नहीं, हमारी पैदाशी संबंध है सब।
चलिए, गुड लक अजय राय जी, गुड लक। देयर यू हैव इट मारूक, अजय राय देयर कास्टिंग, भाई साहब थोड़ा सा साइड हो जाइए, जस्ट कास्टिंग हिज फ्रैंचाइज, वेटिंग टू गो इन। इट बी इंटरेस्टिंग टू सी वेदर ही एक्चुअली जॉइन्स द लाइन, बिकॉज मेनी पीपल आर वंडरिंग, दे वर आस्किंग हिम, मेनी पीपल हु सपोर्ट द बीजेपी हियर, फर्स्ट थिंग से जब अजय राय जी आएंगे देखते हैं लाइन में खड़े होते हैं कि नहीं। सो वी आर गोइंग टू बी लुकिंग एट दैट। मारूक, इट्स बैक टू द स्टूडियो।
Ajay Rai there, talking to the press. That he stand in the queue. We've had quite a few Congress leaders be in extremely embarrassing situations for having broken the line.
Exactly, but where Ajay Rai right now, the media stake out there, talking to the press just before he goes in. We're going to keep getting our viewers a very late.
All right.
Interesting to see what exactly goes on here.